Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Now and Then Some podcast with Robin and Kaley. I'm your host, Robin.
And I'm your other host, Kaley.
And here we talk about everything from now and then.
And then some.
That's right. So what are we talking about this week, Kales?
Well, I'd like to update the listeners. I have decided on the rewatch show.
Let us know.
I am going to be rewatching Desperate Housewives.
Okay.
It's a commitment. I think there's 8 seasons.
Wow.
And it's one of those where they had like 20 episodes a season.
Mm-hmm.
So we're locking in. I've watched 2 so far.
Episodes?
2 episodes.
Oh.
2 episodes so far.
Wow.
But I'm in it.
Okay.
So that is my rewatch. I obviously will not be recapping on every episode, but maybe, every few episodes I'll let y'all know what I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, maybe when something big happens.
Yeah. Like I remember like certain things that happened, but I could not string the whole story together for y'all. Like that's why I wanted to watch it, because it's pretty much like I'm watching it for the first time with knowing some key things that happen throughout the years. So we'll see.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Cool. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have something very exciting to talk about.
Yes, we had our very first, we talked about it on this podcast, Kaley's obsession.
Obsessed.
With the crumble cookies reviews. And we did our first one.
Yes, we did our own review.
It was so fun.
And it was so good.
So good. We put it on TikTok. Go check it out.
Yes, y'all go watch it. Go comment. And Robin, speaking of comments.
Yep. Our first comment was from
Crumble Cookies.
I keep saying crumbles. Crumble
Cookies.
So let's start that over. And our first comment was from
Crumble Cookies.
Yes, we are so excited. They said, let's quote.
Yep.
Pink velvet cake really is one gorgeous cookie. Star eyes emoji. Would love to see more reviews from you too. And then the little heart hands.
Yes. And Crumble Cookie, we would like to say that we shall be doing weekly reviews.
Yes, we've decided we're gonna do them weekly. I mean, it's 6 flavors every week. TikTok loves it. We love it.
Yeah.
It was so fun. We just, hopped into the Bronco and shot a quick video, and oh my gosh, they're so delicious.
So good. I think we only didn't really love one of them.
Yeah, I'm just not a big chocolate fan. So
and it was double, triple chocolate. It was a lot of chocolate.
So no offense to them, because I know most people tend to love chocolate.
Right. I'm sure people love that. But it was a lot of chocolate.
Yeah. So y'all go check that out on TikTok. And thank you to Crumble Cookies for the comment.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Okay. I have another very exciting update.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm going to pull out my phone for this one because I want to make sure I quote my man's JJ correctly.
JJ Watt.
So JJ Watt, we all know, played for the Texans for a long time. And then he went to the Cardinals for a few years and now is retired. Right. So they keep asking like, JJ, if he would come back, because he's still, relatively young. He's still very in shape. My man is out there hitting the gym constantly and still looks very good. Yeah. And D'Amico, I talked about D'Amico, our new coach, who is just the cutest, smiliest, handsome guy.
Yeah.
He played with JJ back in the day. So now he's the head coach of the Texans. And JJ did this interview and he was like, I told D'Amico, I said, don't call unless you absolutely need it. But if you ever do call, I'll be there.
Wow.
So this is out there on Twitter. I see this interview. I'm like, oh my God, no, there's no way. Like they're just hyping us up. Then D'Amico comes out and does an interview and he says, I need him now. Anytime JJ Watt's ready to go, I'm ready to go. So that's the last update that I've seen. I just got chills saying that because let me tell you, Robin, if he were to come back to the Texans, we will be doing a weekly segment on the JJ Watt updates, his plays of the week. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
It will be called What's Up because that's the name of my fantasy football team every single year. Even since he's retired, I still name my fantasy football team What's Up.
Cute.
And that would be the segment. And we would be reviewing every week what he's up to because it would be just the best thing ever if he came back to the Texans. Like my whole heart would be warm. So
putting it out there in the universe.
Put it out
it's already out there, but let's manifest that shit.
Yeah. So I'll keep y'all updated if anything else comes out or if he officially is coming back this season because, oh my God, it would be amazing. Okay. I needed to talk about that.
And there's something else that is definitely coming back.
Oh yeah. I walked over to Robin the other day and I was like, Robin.
Yes.
So I talked about this on last episode, like very briefly, but when Bailey comes on for next episode, we'll go into more detail, but I went to the Bop to the Top tour, which I know sounds lame, but y'all, seriously, so fun. They're coming back this summer. So we went last summer. They're coming back this summer, but it's going to be the Best of Both Worlds tour. So it'll be Hannah Montana themed. Last year was High School Musical themed, but they'll still play not only Hannah Montana songs, still other Disney favorites. So they're coming back. They're coming to, as of right now, Dallas and El Paso in Texas.
Okay, so definitely Dallas.
So Dallas in July. But they said we're going to be adding more locations based on y'all's feedback. So they have a form on the website, and I need to send it to Kelby and Bailey and Sis, because I put in there Austin or Houston. Yeah. Because that's so much easier for me to get to.
I feel like Moody Theater is just such a good...
Oh my God, I need Austin.
Such a good venue. Like, they need to come play Moody Theater.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to keep pushing for Austin. Even I'll go back to Houston for it. Like, that's fine. Dallas, I'm still going to go if that's what we're stuck with.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Bop to the Top is coming back.
Very exciting.
It was very fun. I can't wait to do it all over again.
That's very exciting. We saw a Disney a cappella group. I cannot think of the name of them right now. I'll say it next week on Robin's Wrong. But we saw this, it's like the official Disney a cappella group at the Moody Theater. We took the kids there, and they do all the hits. And they're so
Wait, do they do the hits like probably like Lion King,
all the movies,
Pocahontas? Yeah. Oh, yeah, which those are hits.
Yeah.
Mulan, those are hits too.
So good.
Cool.
So, yay.
Okay.
Okay, great.
That's all I had.
All right, let's take it to the and then.
And then. All right, my and then.
Mm-hmm.
School lunches.
School
from
lunches.
Back in the freaking day.
Oh, there's so much to talk about here.
Right. So I want to talk about what my absolute favorite was, and I want to talk about what your favorite is, and then I want to talk about, because you would have insight into this, what the kids are eating nowadays.
Yeah.
So my absolute favorite I think it was Thursdays. It's burned in my brain. Thursdays was chicken nuggets, mashed potatoes with the brown gravy, and the rolls.
Yeah.
Thursdays was the school lunch day growing up. Like, it was my favorite. I would get double roll. I would always pay extra for the roll. And I would be dipping my roll in that brown gravy and mashed potatoes in a little plastic container.
Yummo.
My little chicken nuggies in the mashed potatoes. Oh,
Let me ask you this. Are we talking regular nuggies, or are we going dino nuggets?
So I don't remember really eating the dino nuggets at school.
Like, I feel like I did in elementary school, and then it was regular after that. Or like chicken strips after that.
Or chicken strips or steak fingers. I remember
fingers.
Sometimes it would be, or they would let you choose between the chicken nugs or the steak fingers.
I love the steak finger.
Both great because it was.
So gross to say, steak finger.
Yeah, that sounds nasty.
But man, they were good.
Nasty. That also makes me think of, I won't go on a tangent, but do you know scallop fingers?
No.
That's from Bachelor in Paradise. There was this girl and she ate scallops with her hands, and then everyone was like, I could smell her scallop fingers, and they called her scallop fingers.
It's a terrible nickname.
They called her scallop fingers on the beach. God. Anyway,
that is so funny.
But yeah, that was my absolute favorite school lunch. Like, there were a lot that I didn't really like, and I would bring my lunch those days.
The square pizza.
Yeah, and I wasn't really a fan of the pizza or like the burger day or any of that, but like Thursdays, never brought my lunch because I was ready to dip everything in my mashed potatoes and brown gravy.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. What about in high school? I feel like they got fancier in high school. Like, you could actually get real slices of pizza. You could get like a sub.
Yes, it definitely got fancier in high school. And I ate a lot of the school lunch in my like early high school years. But once we were able to drive,
go off campus
and leave, we were goners.
We were getting McDonald's.
No, but I have to tell you this. I feel like at one point we were allowed to. Then they like cut it off. Like, you can't leave.
They were so strict. We would hide in people's trunks.
Oh no, we did the same thing. Yeah. And we had shout out Miss Wiley. She was on the golf cart, and she would be roaming the parking lot to catch anyone trying to leave at lunch.
We had a safety guard like at the exit checking everybody's IDs to make sure that they were actually seniors.
Yeah.
And I think you could only have 2 people per car.
Yeah. We would
just get stuff delivered though. This was before Uber Eats, but there were certain like the Chinese restaurants nearby. Because I went to McNeil, so it's right there at McNeil and Palmer. Lots of restaurants nearby. So I think they recognized that if we could deliver, and they always delivered to the same little like kind of back side door off the gym,
right?
So that they didn't have to go through the office, and we would just stand there and wait for them.
Yeah.
And we had cell phones, but we didn't really need to. They'd be like, "We'll be there in 30 minutes," so we just go hang out, and then as soon as we saw the guy walk up with a bag, we'd open the door for him. Thank you, and everybody'd be so jealous.
See, I feel like we didn't do delivery that often. We were just sneaking out to go because we had a lot of restaurants by our. I mean, not great restaurants because it's like Jackson, but
Sonic, Wendy's,
we had Sonic, Whataburger. We had this place called Dairy Bar. Oh my God, it was like a way better fast food, but it wasn't fast. It was like fast casual because you could sit down and stuff, and they had like the best milkshakes. Dairy Bar was like right by the high school. Everyone went to Dairy Bar. So good. But yeah, when I was we were very into the school lunches. Like some days we would pack a lunch, but like my parents didn't pack me a lunch every day.
Yeah.
Just some days. And like I said, Thursdays never, because I was eating that good.
My parents packed my lunch. I should say my mom packed my lunch. Like up until lunches got good, maybe in middle school. I would go through phases, and I don't know if this is a kid thing or an ADHD thing where like you have one thing and that's what you have every single day. She would do a little snack size bag with the cut up like deli meat from H-E-B and the cut up cheese, and then another thing with saltine crackers. So I'd make my little like Lunchables basically, and then just whatever little sides, chips, like fruit. Yeah. But that always was my staple. And then I switched to an apple cinnamon, what are they called? Rice cakes with peanut butter. Yeah. Like she'd make it into a sandwich and put it in the bag, but then I'd separate it and eat them separately. So it was like more. You couldn't do that nowadays. You can't pack anything for their snack or their lunch that has anything peanut in it.
I was about to ask you what the situation was now.
I sent my kid to school. I sent Sawyer to school last year. I just wasn't thinking. I got this amazing trail mix. And it didn't have peanuts, but it did have nuts. And I was like, ooh, this will be such a good snack, because every day I do pack their snack. Like they have to. Harrison has 2 days, Sawyer has 1.
Right.
So I try to make it something substantial. What's more substantial and yummy than a delicious trail mix?
That's great.
Well, she opened that baggie, and this is like coming back from the pandemic, so I think I just kind of forgot.
Yeah.
And she opened that baggie, and like everybody hit the deck. And the bag went flying. And they whisked the girl out of the room that has like a deathly cashew allergy. Oh my God, and there were cashews in it.
This is making me think of Monsters Inc. Like we got a 2319.
Yes, I felt so terrible. Her teacher emailed me about it, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. They're like, everything's fine. But some people, it's like you can't even breathe in the same air.
Right.
I'm like, sorry, you didn't have to spill the damn bag. She was like, everyone freaked out. It scared me. I was like,
fair enough.
So lately I've just been like, I reload their little account and they just go through the line.
So they'll eat the cafeteria.
They will. They
food.
Don't love it. I used to pack their lunch every day. It's just it turned out to be very wasteful, I would find. Like I would maybe overpack, and I got them the little bento boxes, and I do the little ranch dressing and the things, and they would dip in the, I would make them a sandwich, but I wouldn't want to put we all eat ranch on our sandwiches. I wouldn't want to put the ranch on the sandwich because then it would get soggy.
Yeah.
And then if I accidentally forgot about their lunchbox over the weekend, and then it's all stinky.
Gross, yeah.
And I would just get so mad when I would open it up and like over half of their food was still there.
Right.
I'm just like,
you're right.
Wasting my time, wasting my money.
Yeah, wasting food.
I'm sure if they actually wasting food. I'm sure if they actually ate everything that was in their lunchbox, it would save me money overall.
Right.
But it's like $3.50 per lunch.
Yeah.
And then some days I'll bring them like Chick-fil-A or whatever, and I'll go eat with them.
Oh my God, that was always the best when your parents would come eat with you.
Favorite thing. And my parents have done that, and Nate's parents have done that. So it's nice. They don't really complain that much. But this week, Sawyer decided she wanted me to pack her lunch, and she wanted a Nutella sandwich.
Just Nutella.
Ew. And baby carrots.
See, that's not appetizing to me.
Watermelon and chips.
What a mix.
Yeah. So that's what I packed them today, and Nate packed them yesterday. I didn't know that Nate had cut their crusts off. So when you didn't cut their crust, they were pissed? Yeah. And I was like, I'm not doing it. We're going to be late to school. And because they threw such a hissy over it, they didn't throw that big of a hissy, but it was like a thing.
Yeah.
We were 1 minute late. They were tardy today. And I was like, I'm not cutting your crust off.
Robin, I don't know if you said this, but you need to say, like, if they're even 10 seconds after the bell, they're counted as tardy.
7:35 a.m. If they walk in after that bell, they are tardy.
So early.
Sometimes I watch them, like if there's still a teacher outside and they walk in with them, they'll just open the door for them and let them go in. But if the teachers like go in right before the bell and then they go in and there's no teachers out, they have to go through the front desk. And sometimes there's like 20 kids in line to get their tardy slips. I will say if it's raining, then more people, because more people are not, walking or riding their bikes. So they're a little bit more lenient. They stand out there with an umbrella and help. If the line's still going, like 10 cars behind us, they'll generally not. But if we're like one of the last 2 or 3, but then I'll see people pulling in as I'm pulling out, and I'm like, you missed it.
7:35's early though.
Mm-hmm. I really honestly stopped caring about the tardies. It's just ridiculous. Like, it's technically their school starts at 7:30 and 7:35 is tardy.
That's so early.
It's stupid early. Sorry about my dog barking. Yeah, it's just I'm not doing it. But my favorite day was Wednesdays.
Okay,
Because
why?
Wednesday was ice cream day.
Ooh.
So if you brought 50 cents, 2 little quarters, they had, a volunteer parent, which it was my mom a lot of the time.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And so they had a little sign that said ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. And they just stand over there during the lunches and take the money. And, it was like, I would always get the Flintstones.
I was going to say, did they have like choices? Like the ice cream truck
all
choices?
the classic ice cream truck choices. I would always get the Flintstone orange sherbet push pop. Not sherbet.
I was like, sherbet sounds
it's sherbet.
wrong.
Sherbet.
I just will never say it.
Y'all are all wrong. All of you are wrong, and I'm right. It is sherbet. It's not sorbet. It's not sherbet. Sorbet is different. Sherbet doesn't exist.
I say sherbet.
Everyone does. It's wrong. There's no second R. I will die on this hill. It is sherbet. I've seen it wrong.
Well,
in
I'm not a
grocery
huge
store
fan
before.
of it, so I don't say it very often.
Well, I was lactose intolerant supposedly growing up. I'm not anymore. So we ate a lot of like sorbet, like rainbow sherbet, even though I'm pretty sure that has dairy, but maybe less. Maybe it's not as creamy.
Yeah.
We ate so much Bluebell ice cream,
Really?
rainbow sherbet in my house.
Oh,
it was a fave. Make a little float out of that.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Oh, it's so good.
I remember this was in what we called middle school, which was 5th and 6th. So we were like K through 4, 5th and 6th was middle school, 7th and 8th was intermediate, and then high school.
Yeah.
So 5th and 6th, we had the ice cream place you had to pay extra. I always got, do you know the cookie cones? Yeah. It's like a drumstick, but it's chocolate. It's a chocolate cone with a chocolate shell outside with cookies and cream, ice cream in the middle.
Oh, yeah, yum.
Cookie cones. Those were the go-to.
They
They
were
the
cones
favorite.
when I was little. I always got my ice cream in a cup.
Oh, no.
That was weird.
Cookie cones. They were
I didn't like
everything.
Pizza when I was little, like real little. I didn't like cones. I didn't like chocolate. Still not a huge chocolate fan. A lot of times my mom would just go make me little like nachos. Like if she was making some dish I didn't want, she would just do like the tortilla chip, the chicken, the cheese in the microwave.
Robin, back to the particularness.
I'm very particular. Okay.
Okay, you ready to go? We're moving to the now?
Let's do it. Okay, first things first. At this point, by the time this comes out, this will have been a little while ago, about a week ago.
Yeah.
But we've got to talk about the Tom Brady roast.
Yes.
Oh,
wild.
It was one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time.
Let me ask you this. Have you watched a lot of the roasts before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar. I think I've seen probably all of them. I mean, it's been a while.
Oh, really?
It's been a while. I think obviously the most iconic one is Justin Bieber.
I've watched the Justin Bieber one an unhealthy amount of times. I love it.
Yeah, I remember when they came on Comedy Central, I would always watch them.
Yeah.
Some of them were very uncomfortable.
Yes.
This one had its uncomfy moments, but
No
everybody
doubt.
rolled with it. Everybody was like understood the assignment.
They were going in.
Yeah. We just got to call out Nikki freaking Glazer.
Crushed. She was the best by far, in my opinion.
She was the best by far. She roasted everyone on that stage. Just the zingers that she was flinging. Oh my God. Like Kevin Hart could not contain himself.
Yeah, he was like,
he was out of his seat.
He would stand up and he would be bending over laughing.
Oh my God, her Gronk jokes.
What is me know that not real money?
Yeah. He's like, I did.
I love Gronk, by the way. I just need to say that.
Gosh.
Like, he's just
It was
always
so
hilarious.
good. I saw that and I was like, huh. That's just interesting. Like Tom Brady doesn't strike me as the type that would be like, yeah, man, roast me.
I don't know, Robin. I've heard some rumors that he got paid the big bucks to let them.
And it's good for his career.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Like,
well, I think, he has
was
this.
so good at it too.
Right. He has this image of being like a robot.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So I think it was good for his image to show some, you know, laughing and emotion let loose. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did see that. I think he got paid to do it, which is fine.
Yeah. I mean, if they're going to come after like how he lost his family because he chose football, how he left his pregnant girlfriend, and then Nikki Glazer goes, but, he didn't know she was pregnant, guys. He just thought she might have been getting a little fat.
God.
Oh, just everything about her roast was just
she was. I thought she was the best for sure. Kevin Hart, of course, always amazing.
So funny.
He's amazing.
I have a couple friends, Matt, who shout out Betty, who don't like him.
What?
I know.
What?
I know.
Oh no, Robin, his old stuff, like his old stand-up routines, I've watched them so many times and I laugh still. Like the cussing at the teacher one is an iconic one in my brain. I love Kevin Hart.
He's just so funny.
I will say he makes some dumb movies nowadays that I don't like, but his old
love the Jumanji movies though.
His old stand-up routines, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh God.
I thought it was a little weird. So Tom Brady was a really good sport, I would say. I feel like for most of it, like you could tell he was uncomfy with some stuff, But this moment, I was like, what? When Jeff Ross is up there and he's like talking about, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he says something about Kraft and the massage tables, or you want a massage from Kraft, whatever, something like that. And Tom Brady gets up out of his seat, walks over to Jeff Ross and whispers, but he's mic'd, so we all hear it.
Everybody hears it.
And he's like, don't say that shit again.
Yeah.
And we're like, I was like,
he was just like, okay.
And Tom Brady was not smiling when he said it.
Yeah.
Like he seemed very serious, but everything else was fine.
Yeah.
But that was the one thing that set him off.
Yeah.
And he got up there and he was like, don't say that shit again. And I was like, okay, uncomfy.
Yeah.
Which I think some people are debating if he was like making a joke, like trying to do a Will Smith moment or something. Or like be dramatic.
Yeah,
or
it didn't play. If that's what he was trying to do, it did not play.
Or if, Robert Kraft is like a father figure to him. He has said that before, that maybe he was he was like, this is the one thing I'm not okay with. I don't know. It didn't seem like it was a joke.
Yeah, it
is
didn't.
what I'm saying.
It was uncomfy. The other uncomfy moment was them booing Kim K.
Yeah, she got booed hard.
She got booed very hard. It was kind of, I don't know. It's just like, hey, let's like, just let her do her thing. And if her jokes suck, then start booing her. But like, she hadn't even gotten a word out.
No.
And I'm not, a Kim K hater, nor, I even though I'm a Swiftie, like, I don't know. I think that was a long time ago, and it was mostly Kanye who led all that shit. But, and I get why people hate on her. I think she does what she can with what she's got, and she's made the most out of it. So I admire her in some ways. And I admired her for showing up to that and like getting up there and making jokes with all of these the most funny people in the entire world.
True.
And Kim K doesn't need the money. She was like, no, let me just do this. And then they freaking boo her before she's even opened her mouth. I just thought that was kind of messed up.
Yeah, I don't really love Kim K. Like, I'm not really a big fan of the Kardashians in general, to be honest with you. But no reason to boo her.
No, it's just rude.
Yeah.
And also, there weren't that many females even there getting up on stage. So it's like, come on.
Yeah, just let her get it. She's going to be up there for 60 seconds. Just let her get through it.
She's going to do this whole long set. And it's not like she even wrote her own jokes, which was obvious, but they were good.
Which they did stop booing her at a certain point, and then they were laughing, and it was fine. It was just at the beginning that she got booed, and then people got over it, I guess.
An awkward boo, too. It wasn't like a funny boo. I don't know. Yeah, I felt bad for her in that moment.
I did, too. And then she was kind of funny when she was saying that Tom Brady reminded her of
with his chiseled features and his silken hair.
We could never be together because you remind me too much of my stepdad. Amazing athlete, chiseled cheekbones, lots of Botox, fake hair, very feminine, and like I was like, oh, this is hilarious.
Yeah, I liked the joke. That was funny too. I liked the one about I didn't come here tonight as Tom's date, which means I still have a chance of coming later or something like that. That was so funny.
Yep.
You could see it kind of took everyone a minute and they're like, oh.
And then she was like, and if me and Tom were together, I wouldn't tell anyone. I would just release a tape. I was like, own it, sister, own
it's like, even though she obviously didn't write the jokes and she could have memorized them a little bit better. It was kind of obvious she was reading. Yeah. But even though she didn't write them, she still said them.
She did.
So props.
It takes a lot of balls to get up there.
Yeah.
So I got to give her that.
Definitely.
For sure.
Definitely.
There was a lot of jokes around Giselle. Those were a little uncomfy.
And her new boyfriend, who
her trainer,
kick his ass probably, and how she was going 8 days a week but still has her white belt. Was she really going to 8 jiu-jitsu practices a week, or was he exaggerating?
No idea.
Kevin Hart was on one, like when he was like, y'all let me start drinking, but he was kind of like that from the get. Yeah, like maybe he had already been pre-drinking a little bit, but I just loved his energy. Like he kept everything going. I'm
telling you.
He acknowledged when he was kind of rambling too much. You can tell when he was just saying jokes that were just coming to him.
Yes.
Versus things that he had prepared. Right. Which was that much better.
I love Kevin Hart.
God, he's so good. If you haven't watched it yet, it is 3 hours long, so you may want to break it up into chunks. But I would recommend watching it if you want a good laugh.
Yeah, and if you haven't ever watched one of the Comedy Central roasts before, watch the Justin Bieber one too. Yeah. Like it will change your life.
Classic.
It will change your life.
Classic.
I don't think I have anything else on. Yeah. Oh, last thing on the Tom Brady roast. He did a really good job when he got up there too. He made the joke at Kim. She did not look amused. He was like, Kim, I know you were really nervous about coming tonight, mostly because your kids are going to be left home alone with their dad. And her face was just like, and I was like, ooh.
In reality, she has like 3 nannies at home, let's be honest.
Yeah. Right. But I thought Tom Brady did a really good job of roasting everyone back, which that's almost like my favorite part of the roast. Justin Bieber's the same way. Like when he got up there, I was just like, yes.
Yeah.
Tom Brady did a really good job of getting up there and roasting everyone back.
He did a great job. So fun. I loved it. I want more. Come on, Netflix.
Oh, you know they're going to be cranking them out.
Who's going to be next?
I don't know. There's some big name. I mean, Tom Brady is the GOAT. So
he's the GOAT. They have to find the GOAT in other, like, it's got to be like an actor or actress, a musician who's like in the public eye. Yeah, let's think on that. Maybe next time we can make some predictions on who might be, because I'm not coming up with anything off the cuff. But I could see like a Miley.
Oh my God!
Don't you think she'd be down for that?
Oh yeah, she'd be down for anything. It's Miley.
She's down to clown.
Okay.
All right.
Next big thing that happened this past week or this week, Met Gala.
Met Gala.
So we're not going to go through everyone's outfits because there's too many freaking people. But we want to talk about our faves and our not faves.
Yeah. So I just was writing the outline and I wrote Met Gala stunners and bummers.
Okay. Stunners and bummers.
There you go.
I like it.
So I'll start with a bummer.
Okay. Well, let's go bummers first and then we'll talk about our faves. Okay.
I just have 2 quick bummers. Lizzo.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I didn't even have her on my list. Not good.
She looked like somebody did her dirty and she let them.
It was bad. All the way around. Like
all
from
the way around.
top to bottom.
The color, the whatever headpiece thing was. If they had taken that same concept and done like a shimmery holographic light pastel situation and modified a few things.
We need to say the theme first.
Oh, the theme was
Garden of Time, Sleeping Beauty's reawakening fashion.
Yes.
So lots of garden-y floral
It's just kind of
things.
funny. It's like they're basically giving them 2 options. Do you want to go Garden of Time? In there, you have 2 things. You have time and you have garden. Or do you want to go Sleeping Beauty, Reawakening? And in there, you have 2 things. You have Sleeping Beauty or like any of the kind of fairy tales. And then Reawakening, you could also turn that into something. Like, I'm surprised there wasn't like a phoenix moment. Like, there were so many ways to interpret that, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they give you this long, vague thing and you're like,
what does that mean?
Like the camp one. Everybody was like, huh?
Yeah.
So I loved this theme.
Yeah.
Loved it. Oh, and in honor of it, we're wearing florals.
Yes. I'm in my flowy white floral shirt and Robin's in her very loud fruit floral blazer.
Fruit and leaves, and it is very warm. I'm sweating right now. I've never worn this blazer before, and I'm probably never going to wear it again.
It's very cute.
It's cute. I feel silly. I'm not going to lie. But it's for the Met.
For the Met.
For the Met. For the gala.
You know what's funny too, Robin, is if we were going to the Met, I'd probably wear some very simple flowy floral gown, and you would probably wear something really loud and fun.
Loud and bold and fun.
Because that's us.
Yeah. There you go. Ding.
Okay. Who else you got on your no list?
Bless his heart, Ed Sheeran. People are like, he looked like someone's kid just pooped his pants. Like all the pictures, he's just standing there,
so
like
sad.
Kind of like hunched down, like he just like melted into himself, and he's just like
so sad,
not even smiling at the camera.
So sad.
And his baby blue, like Dumb and Dumber-esque.
It was not good.
3-piece, 4-piece suit.
Not
good. My God.
Were those your only hates? Because I got a couple more.
I mean, I had a couple more. I kept it to those 2.
Okay, well, I would like to call out Nicole Kidman.
Oh yes.
I mean, love her, but that dress was hideous in my opinion. So unflattering. Like, sister could have been pregnant under there.
There was one point where she was posing like this,
and it was like on her belly.
It was like she was doing like the I have my hand on top of my belly move. I looked up her age because I was like, surely she can't be pregnant. Like maybe she did that to get some attention, get in the news or something. But it looked very intentional how she had her hand right there.
I did not like it.
With
it looked like a bush.
It looked like a bush.
Sorry, I hate to say that, but it looked like a bush.
The weird opening with the white curve, like there was nothing sexy or interesting about it.
There's not one thing that was good about it, in my opinion.
It was bad.
It was really bad.
And she normally doesn't miss.
No, she's stunning.
It's like it's the Met Gala. Let's go avant-garde. Honey, that's just avant-ugly.
Amen, sister.
Sorry.
Another that I had a couple like just boring on my list.
So many boring.
Kylie Jenner.
Boring. Didn't like the pointy boobies.
Yeah, pointy, coney boobs. Hated.
Yeah.
I did not like, okay, Chris Hemsworth. Hot is all get out, of course. But him and his wife just looked boring. And they were the co-chairs or whatever.
God, he looked good though.
Well, he never doesn't. Like,
yeah.
He never does not look. He is so hot. It's actually disgusting how
they
hot
could have
he is.
taken it a little further with like,
they just both looked boring.
Which part of the theme are you going with? Pick something and like lean into it. Instead, they just went very like bland.
Yes, like
monochrome.
monochromatic tan. I'm like, okay, really?
Yeah.
As co-chairs, step it up, people.
Speaking of, we can't go there yet. Okay.
Okay, and then the other one that I had on my list, hate to do this to her because I love her, but Sydney Sweeney was not a fan.
No, it was weird.
It was weird.
The black hair, everybody thought it was Billie Eilish at first.
She looks like Billie Eilish.
Weird, the gloves didn't go.
I didn't like it at all.
No.
Again, top to bottom, was not a fan.
I also really didn't love the Barry Keoghan
and Sabrina Carpenter.
Like kind of Alice in Wonderland vibes.
They went very literal,
very
I
on
think,
the nose.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, very costume.
I mean, I love them.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a fan of their outfit.
Mm-mm.
Last one on my no list was, we just talked about her, Kim Kardashian.
It was weird.
I am so over her cinching in her waist like this.
Yep. And then
I'm over it.
The weird cardigan was kind of cool, but not for Met Gala. Like, it was cool how it was kind of connected, but not. But then I also thought it was interesting because she was like, oh, yeah, it's like, you know, you were at a party and you just grabbed your boyfriend's cardigan. And I'm like, hello, an old cardigan under someone's bed. You put me on, said I was your favorite.
She's out here dropping Taylor Swift lines.
Like, she can't not know
she knows.
That is.
She has to know.
It's cardigan. And you wore a cardigan and said cardigan on the red carpet.
Yeah,
I didn't hate it, but I thought she can do so much better.
I really just don't love the cinching of the waist. We get it. You have a tiny waist and a big ass.
The same silhouette over and over. All these women that were rocking that same silhouette. J-Lo did it. There were so many others who just wore the very slinky, shiny. What was up with all the shiny?
So much shimmery, shiny.
So much shiny, like silver, like tinfoil.
Lots of silver.
Like that little Christmas tree that's over there in the corner because I couldn't fit it in the closet. It's like the weird aluminum.
Why so much silver? What does that have to do with the garden?
I couldn't figure that one
silver,
out.
and I never wear silver. I'm gold.
Yeah,
gold everything over
here.
Weird.
It was weird.
Yeah, no. Okay, that was my last no. So let's talk about our stunners.
Okay, our stunners.
What you got?
My number one was Tyla.
Oh, no. By far.
Holy originality Batman.
She wore, or whatever.
She was a sand sculpture.
A sand hourglass.
Yes, she was the hourglass.
And then she was holding an hourglass.
Yeah.
Purse. Like a purse. Like it was a purse.
So she was saying, like, you know, the sands of time. It was a Balmain thing where they like sculpted it to her body. I loved the little, so it was kind of shimmery too. It wasn't just sand. It was like sand, but then it glimmered, it glistened. And then she had like a little dusting of it on her shoulder.
So beautiful.
A little dusting of it on her, the opposite arm's forearm. The makeup, the like kind of wet, wavy looking hair, like she had just come out of the ocean, just drenched in sand and just looking perfect.
Top to bottom, amazing.
I want to listen to her album. I heard her talking about it on the red carpet. Her accent is gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
And she just dropped her first album and I really want to hear it.
We need to listen to it.
Yeah. I thought she already had, like, how is she?
I don't know.
Maybe it's her first, like, full.
Maybe she's just done some singles.
Studio.
Or features or something.
Yeah.
Top to bottom, amazing.
Perfection.
Definitely my favorite.
It's gorgeous.
Okay, what else?
I thought Mindy Kaling looked amazing.
She looked
phenomenal.
Great.
Chef's kiss, perfection.
She looked great.
The way that it was sculpted. Oh, shoot. I didn't write down who the designer was, but the way that it was sculpted, not only in the front, looking very fluid, very liquidy, but then in the back, it was so elaborate and so like perfectly I don't know how she moved around in that, but it almost looked like hair in the back.
Yeah.
So it was giving me a little bit of like a Rapunzel nod.
Yeah.
So
thought it was great for the theme, great for the Met.
God, it was just the most. Both of the ones I just mentioned were just so unique. And then my third one that I thought was very unique, very cool, was Elle Fanning.
Oh my! I have it written down. Like water on her.
Yes, like a glass.
Like literal water across her body.
Water, like sculptural with these little glass, like figurine birds. Like
beautiful.
Something you would walk up into, like inside of Dumbledore's Pensieve. Like you're looking for
floating water.
And it's just like floating water with a bird. And it's like, oh, somebody got a spell put on them and they're like frozen into glass.
It was beautiful.
Oh,
she looks so good.
I just wanted to like touch it and be like ding ding ding.
Yeah, she looked so good.
Those are my top three for sure.
Okay. Another one I had on my list was Lana Del Rey.
Oh yeah. That was really cool.
Talk about ethereal. She was just matching what her voice sounds like. Her voice is so ethereal. Her outfit was so ethereal.
Someone said it's giving season 1 of True Detective.
Oh my God. That's funny.
With all the sticks.
That's funny. Because it was, very like woodsy.
Yeah.
But I liked like the mesh veil.
That
kind
was
of
cool.
I mean, she looks stunning.
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing and right on theme.
Very creative.
And then they asked her on the red carpet, what her favorite song was on Tortured Poets Department.
I did not see this and I did not look it up.
I won't do it. But she said her favorite song was Who's Afraid of Little Old Me.
That's awesome.
I was like, yes, Lana.
That tracks.
I was like, Lana, you get me.
Yeah, that tracks.
We get each other.
She did pose with Kim K.
She did.
Mm-hmm. Well, she wasn't a Skims campaign, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so.
she, civil, friendly out there. What are you going to be like? Nah, bitch, I'm out.
Right.
And then another one that I had on my list was Kendall Jenner.
Yes.
Stunning.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
I need to just say that she's my favorite out of them. I don't really like the Kardashians or the Jenners, but if I had to pick one, it's Kendall for me.
From someone who I haven't kept up lately, but I would say she's the most
she seems the most
reserved, down to earth. She doesn't really love all the hullabaloo. She has anxiety. Like she's a little bit.
She looks the realest to me. Yeah. Like a lot of, other ones look kind of fake.
She can afford to. She's just so beautiful.
She's beautiful. Yeah. She's my favorite. I thought she looked so good in that dress. It fit her like a glove. I loved her little front pull back hairstyle. It was very Sleeping Beauty. Yes. I thought it was
the middle part.
Stunning.
Yeah,
so she was up there for me too. And then the last one I want to mention is Kerry Washington, aka Olivia Pope, in the purple, this deep pinkish purple gown with the florals coming through the train.
The only thing I didn't love, it was giving early 2000s, was the one two little flowers right here on the hip. Yeah. That was just felt very early 2000s. Yeah, that's I didn't feel like they needed it for an afterthought.
Yeah, I just loved the color and the florals through the
It was a very unique color compared to everyone else as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, silver everything.
Yeah. Silver, or just they went really dark, browns and muted colors, or just sparkles, or just completely sheer, like Emily Ratajkowski.
She's always naked.
But honorable mention goes to, of course, Zendaya.
Oh, of course. She's on my list.
Yeah.
It's hard for her to do anything wrong in my eyes.
Yeah.
Let's be real. But she had two looks. The first one was a very dramatic.
It was I would say it was more on the costumey side.
I loved the eyes though. It was piercing,
the makeup
dark.
was incredible in that first look.
So great.
It was just almost at first glance, it was just seemed too much. They added too much.
Yeah.
But then when you actually kind of zoomed in and looked at each of the details, you began to appreciate it more. Right. But at first glance, it was whoa, the crazy, heavy everywhere.
Yeah, it was.
And then the second one I just thought was cool.
Beautiful. The floral headpiece and then the black gown. It was really pretty.
It was very cool. I need to look at more after party looks. I feel like there's always some really cool ones.
I only saw a couple.
Kendall had a couple really, really pretty ones.
Kendall just again.
Stunning.
Yeah. So I think that was all we had for the now was the Met and the roast.
Yep.
So we're taking it to Watch It, Weirdo. Okay, so you gave me Moulin Rouge.
Yes. Talk to me.
Not my favorite film.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it by any means. Wasn't my least favorite. I didn't like Amelie more than I didn't like this one. It was a lot. It's just a lot from beginning to end.
Yeah, that's Baz Luhrmann for you.
Yeah, it was a lot, and I would say probably not my type of film. I am much more into I like a story that I can follow and not so much extraness, maybe.
Yeah.
It was extra.
Yeah.
Very extra. But I will say, oh my God, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. My first Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's funny that's where you put him.
Oh, that's the only place I put him.
Yeah.
Where do you put him?
Moulin Rouge.
Oh, okay. I'm no, there's nothing else in my brain. Yeah. Just Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah. It's so funny.
And then as the movie went on, I was oh, they just sing a bunch of random songs. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't do any research before. So I had no idea.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, I had no idea going in.
Roxanne.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, dun. The way I watched that movie over and over and over and know every note to every song, every word on the soundtrack. I listened to it on repeat. I love the Elephant Medley.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I was okay, so they just sing the song that they need in the moment like Glee does. Whatever the situation is, they find a song that fits the situation and they sing it.
We should be lovers. Oh, my God.
More singing for y'all this episode.
More singing. We can't do that.
I got really excited when they started singing Lady Marmalade because I know every word of that song. Christina's fabulous in that. I was like, wow, this really is all over the place. Like it was a lot of the quick cuts.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that's kind of overwhelming. You know what I mean?
Didn't you hate the Duke and want to punch him in his stupid face?
Well, my next note is creepy Duke with the stash. Ugh, hate.
The worst.
Hate. I wrote Toulouse. It made me think of Aristocats.
Yeah. He was a real character. So a lot of that was based off of like real stories about that time in France with the shoot, why can't I think of what they called themselves? Starts with a B. It's not going to come to me.
Okay, good. We'll put it on Robin's Wrong.
That's going to really bother me. Okay, I had to look it up. It's Bohemian.
Okay,
Bohemian.
Anyway, all I thought of was Aristocats.
Yeah.
Toulouse. Okay. Let's see. What else did I write down?
Side note, I saw that movie in the movie theaters.
Really?
And it was the first time that I got kissed by a boy.
How cute.
Yep.
I love that movie. I watched it
so
somewhat recently,
so
actually.
cute.
And it's just so cute.
Anyway.
Nicole Kidman, stunning, gorgeous, beautiful. Of course, she's the sparkling diamond lady. She looked so good. I loved them singing Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. They sing that in Burlesque.
Yeah.
Which I love it there. And I loved it when they sang it on this movie.
She's on the swing.
Yeah, it was so good.
I feel like that scene inspired the one with Zendaya in Greatest Showman.
Oh, probably so. Now I wrote down, oh, Robin, what the heck is happening? He's reading poetry and she's rolling around like she's getting banged. Then he breaks out in song while she's rolling around.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this scene?
She was doing like the courtesan thing that she like thought he like wanted or whatever. And he was like, no, I'm actually like kind of low-key already in love with you.
Right. I'm trying to just read you my poetry.
Yeah.
Or my song.
That was weird.
I was like, can this be over? And
She's
again,
like,
it was one of those that kept going. And I was please stop.
That's a cringe moment in that movie for
it
sure.
Is.
Yeah.
It is. And then I wrote down, wow, Robin, you say Diane Keaton screams a lot. Girl, this movie, the amount of screaming.
That's fair.
The amount of screaming in
both
this movie.
Amelie and this movie.
Yes. I'm like, oh my.
And they're both in France. That's weird.
So much screaming.
A lot of screaming.
Wrote that down.
I'll need to note that for future movies that I recommend.
Woo!
Take
all
note
the
of
screaming. Nothing compared to Because I Said So. Nothing. Or other way around. Because I Said So is absolutely nothing compared to Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, I think that's why it was so jarring, because it was like, why is she screaming?
Yeah, this movie was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
I loved when the whole, like, towards the end, the whole crew bands together to, like, they want them to be together, the whole Moulin Rouge crew. And then when he is on stage and he throws the money down on her and he's like, I've paid my whore. I was like, oh, no. Dramatic, and what a burn. I was like, that was brutal.
Yep.
But then he turns around and comes back. And then I'm like,
my gift is my song. Oh, chills.
Yep. And then I wrote, oh my God, she died. Spoiler alert. She dies. Tragic. But such a beautiful shot because all the flowers. Yeah, because it's from above and it's red and white flowers all over the ground. And he's holding her.
I saw that movie in the theaters and I was so confused. And then my mom had to tell me what tuberculosis was.
Yes.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I was like, did she get shot? What is happening?
Right. Yeah, because again, it's very like all over the place, dramatic. Yeah. It was hard for me to follow at times, I'll be honest with you.
A lot of his movies are like that. Like you have to watch them again and then you're like, oh.
What other movies does he have?
A lot. I couldn't think of them right now.
Okay.
I'll say it in Robin's Wrong next time. But
okay, great.
a lot. He's very like his thing is
That's his style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not my style.
I think he did Romeo and Juliet with
Leo?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I watched that in school.
I'm pretty sure. Ooh, that's a good
I've only watched it once in school.
I've seen that movie many times.
I want to say 7th grade.
Oh, I've seen that so
many times. Or 8th grade.
I had 7th or 8th.
Yeah, we had to watch it in 7th or 8th. I can't remember.
Oh, it's so good. The moment with the aquarium, the fish tank.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yep.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, not my favorite. It was a lot, but there were very cool scenes. I like a lot of the songs they were singing. She looks stunning. Love me some Obi-Wan. So, not my favorite. Didn't hate it. Didn't love it.
Yeah.
Kind of sitting in the middle. Probably just not my cup of tea of a movie. Yeah. But I'm glad I got to watch it.
That's pretty much what I thought you'd say. I'm glad you watched it too, because I feel like it's something that I just like made a part of my personality for so much of my life that like I want you to know that about me.
I love it. Okay. My words, I went the alternative route again, and I'm saying whole ass production.
Yeah.
Those are my 3 words.
I love it.
It was a whole ass production.
Totally fair.
Everything about it. Every scene, everything that happened was a whole ass production.
Yep.
So that's my review.
Okay, great. All right. Well, you gave me High School Musical.
Oh my God. I'm so excited.
I knew I was going to love it, and I did. My first note was in all caps, love this already. They are so cute.
When they're singing together at the very beginning.
Exclamation. Yes, and they're just babies.
They are.
Especially, I mean, they definitely obviously look way different today, but especially something about that age in Vanessa. Like, she had like that baby face.
She did.
Like, almost like her nose was a little bit wider. You know, it's
her
like
cheeks were a little rounder.
And then when you kind of get older, everything kind of like stretches out a little bit and you become more womanly. But at that point, she still very much had that little baby face. So cute. And I kept saying to Sawyer, like, do you recognize him from Greatest Showman? And she's like, no. And I had to show her a picture and she was like, oh my God, that's him. Which I know he's had some controversies around his facial reconstruction with like the jaw stuff that after he got in the car crash and stuff. Yeah. So he definitely looks more different than maybe he would have without stuff. But she mind blown. Speaking of Justin Bieber hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, how we were all in love with Troy Bolton. Oh my God.
Sawyer even said it. She goes, he's got Justin Bieber hair. I was like, yes, he does, sweetie.
And I was telling Robin this, like, when this came out, I was 14 years old.
Perfect age.
14 years old. And this movie comes out. Like, that is, could not be more perfect. Could not reel me in more because I was literally going into high school.
Yeah, I was 21. So I was in college, like, drinking at parties. I wasn't watching High School Musical. I don't even think I knew about it at the time. I loved just like the whole color scheme in that basketball scene. I love all their colors that.
Get your head in the game. You gotta get a head in the game.
I wrote, eek, I don't like that shoe squeaking sound at the beginning. I was like, I hope it's not I kept going, look. It's one of those like nails on a chalkboard
You're getting the beat going for you.
Yeah, but I really, really liked that song and the choreography was really good. The choreography, that's one of my final notes, is great in this whole movie, especially though that final scene.
I need to tell you that I used to know every single dance. Not only do I still know every single word, but I don't anymore know every single dance move. Like the last one I do. We're all in this together. I do know that.
It's so good.
But I used to know every single dance as well.
They must have had so much fun. Oh my God. So, and they were already together at that point. Maybe they started dating at the beginning of filming, but by the time the movie was released, they'd already been together for like a year.
So that they started dating when they started filming.
Yeah. So cute.
Which, oh, what a time. I mean, again, reeling us in even more.
Yeah. The fact that they were
really together.
Yeah.
So cute.
I love the whole dynamic around like the auditioning, the audition scene, just a classic, you know, kid, whatever, teeny movie audition scene.
I love audition scenes.
Yeah, it's like the Bring It
movies.
On. Yeah, they all have them. When Sharpay was in that horrendous outfit, I mean, her outfits were god awful in the funniest way. But when she was doing the one for the Stick to the Status Quo song in the cafeteria.
This is not what I planned.
Sawyer goes, that outfit is disgusting. And I just died laughing. And I was like, you are not wrong. But I always thought, I guess just from seeing what I would see about it, memes or clips or whatever, I always thought that Sharpay like didn't like Vanessa Hudgens' character because she either had a crush on Troy or was Troy's girlfriend. I was just always under that impression.
I will not be saying anything.
Okay.
Because you have 2 more movies to watch.
Got it. The hats that her and her brother would...
Ryan, the hats. The hats on Ryan.
So bad. I LOL'd when she said, people who don't know the difference between a Tony Award and Tony Hawk.
I wrote that down.
So good.
So
hilarious.
good.
So when he sneaks up on her balcony and sings that song to her a cappella, the look on Sawyer's face.
Was she saying it was bad?
She was horrified.
Oh.
She was like, what the? And I was like, it's sweet, honey. Because, you know, he's a cappella.
I mean,
he's not going to sound that great.
It was a different caliber for sure.
Yeah. Love the feel-good montage and how it made them better at their respective thing to like be happy and be together. I thought their friends turned pretty quickly, like changed their mind, which was fine.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, we actually kind of made them sad. Let's fix it. Like immediately. So that was cute. I loved when they all say, what do they say on their, they like all have something written, a letter, and they like say it, and then he goes, exclamation point.
Yeah.
Like go team or, you
know.
Good
luck, something
like that. And then he was exclamation point.
No, it was go drama club.
Go drama club.
Yeah.
Exclamation point. That cracked me up. Not the rhinestone crusted headsets.
Girl, headsets. That was the time of the headsets.
Yep.
Pop, 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 pop to the top.
So then she goes to the science competition, whatever that was.
The Scholastic Decathlon. Yes. I need to talk about this for a second.
Yes, which is very like
down.
Mean Girls-esque. But so the one chick that's on her team closes her laptop.
Taylor.
And then they go to whether or not she was right or whatever. And then she she closes her laptop again. I didn't notice it, but at that point in time, Nate was watching it with me and he goes, didn't she already close that laptop?
Didn't notice.
And I was like, did she? I love a continuity flip. So she closes it twice.
Right. Didn't know that.
Yeah. It was so funny. I didn't notice it at all.
Okay, wait. I need
Nate
to say
did.
something about the Scholastic Decathlon because I have a confession to make.
What?
You're about to find out how nerdy I really was back in the day. So I was in 5th grade. Mm-hmm. I was a part of, it was called Knowledge Master.
Oh.
And it was literally very similar to what the Scholastic Decathlon was in this movie. Like, but it was all subjects. So it would be like math, history, science, whatever, literature. And we were on a team and we played against different schools.
I don't think they had that at my school.
Knowledge Master.
How nerdy. Such a funny name.
I'm out here playing every sport under the sun. And on the other side of things, I'm on the Knowledge Master team.
You know what, though? That tracks. I feel like that's like trivia for kids.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I got made fun of a lot. Like my friends were not in Knowledge Master. I was in Knowledge Master with all the nerds.
How'd y'all do?
We were fine. I was probably on the lower side of the IQ in the Knowledge Master. And I was very smart. I'm smart, but these people were like next level.
Yeah, like some
but I'm really good at like math.
Yeah.
And I could memorize really easily. So that always helped.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was on the Knowledge Master team.
I'm glad I know that about you now.
I just needed to make that confession.
I thought it was interesting that she randomly got stage fright during their big moment that they've been working toward. Just seemed like, we don't need that. And then she like immediately got over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine. They all won, which was great. I was afraid that like the basketball team was going to lose or like, and then there was going to be like, but it's okay because we're here singing together. But nope, they all won. It was great. I loved it.
We're all in this together.
I thought it was so cute. Even Al Sharpay at the end, which who knows what's going to happen in the future movies, was like, it's fine. We're all friends. Like, it was just a cute movie. I loved it.
So good. And I just need to say the songs so good. I still love them.
They're so good.
I will say this just as like a hint of what's to come. In every single movie, there's like the big group one at the end. And there's Troy has his own and Vanessa has her, or Troy and Gabriella each have their own. And they're like their solo ones in each movie.
Sawyer kept turning to me going,
so good.
Is she a good singer? Is he a good singer? And I'm like, they're all good singers, honey. That's why they're in this movie. Like she looks to me to like judge.
Oh.
Because I think she's like caught on in some of these things that like they can make them sound good versus are they a good singer?
Yeah.
Like, well, it's going to be enjoyable whether or not they're really a good singer or not.
Well, I have to tell you this. For a lot of the vocals in this first one, they use a different guy voice than Zac Efron.
Oh, really?
Drew Seeley is his name. He was in the second Cinderella story, number 2 with Selena Gomez. It's the main guy.
Okay.
In that, it's his voice for a lot of the vocals because Zac Efron just wasn't up to snuff.
Yeah.
Vocal wise, but like the heartthrob wise, at the time we were all like obsessed with him.
Totally.
God, this movie just I'm telling you, I watched it and this overwhelming feeling of just
comfort
and like I almost cried. Like it was such a good time in my life. I was so obsessed for so long, all my friends and sister and just I love it so much.
I'm glad to like know it now.
And I'm so glad I assigned it to you because I get to rewatch them with you and it's lovely.
Yeah, and it was great. Nate came in, like I said, maybe halfway through and Harrison was kind of in and out. So we were all watching it together and I barely was taking notes because I loved it. So my 3 words are heartwarming, quick, and upbeat.
It was upbeat. The whole
they didn't really like linger on something for too long. It was like problem resolution, which love. So it felt like it flew by.
Yeah.
And then I asked Nate for his.
Oh.
And he said cheesy.
Sure.
Corny.
Sure.
And then he started laughing. And then he tried to say corny again. And I was like, you already said cheesy and corny. You can't say cheesy, corny. So he said cute.
It was cute.
Yep. And then Sawyer said funny. Cheesy.
Yep.
Quirky. Just all the little characters,
Oh, yeah.
Like it's
some of the characters are quirky.
Very over the top.
Yeah.
Like just the movie itself, like quirky in a good way.
Yeah.
Of just like.
I talked about the bop to the top. So Monique Coleman, who plays Taylor in the movie, that's the girl that hosted ours.
So cool.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Love it.
So she came out on stage and talked to us for a little.
That's really cool. All right.
Okay. So obviously next week you're getting High School Musical too.
Yep. Can't wait.
And
I almost watched it already and I was like, just wait.
And we're going to get Bailey on. My friend Bailey to come chat with us about it and talk about Bop to the Top.
Can't wait.
A little bit more.
It's going to be so fun.
So what are you giving me?
I'm going to give you Save the Last Dance.
Save the Last Dance. Again, no context. I have no idea.
I'm just trying to keep it in a similar vein. It's definitely not the same vein, but there's dancing. And it's kind of from, that early, I don't even know what year it came out, early 2000s, late 90s. But similar vibe, like
Okay.
just some of the classic moments that you'll probably recognize once you watch it.
Okay, great. Save the Last Dance.
All right, great.
All right. So time to go to the Rex.
Let's go. Okay, so my rec, and I won't say too much about it because I don't think you haven't watched it yet, right?
No spoilers.
So we mentioned it a little bit last week, but it dropped and it is phenomenal. And that is on Amazon Prime Video, the movie The Idea of You.
Yes, it is all the rage right now. I just haven't had a chance.
It's everything you want it to be.
Okay.
Anne Hathaway is so hot. So is he, the lead guy.
Yeah, he's handsome.
I absolutely loved it. I want to watch it again. Like, I finished it pretty late at night, but I immediately wanted to just like start it over again.
Okay.
And I've wanted to watch it since, but I'll wait because I got other things to watch. There's a lot of speculation, but who cares about, who it's based off of? Is it One Direction, Harry Styles vibes? Like, it's kind of like a given, but they don't really say it.
They don't outright say it.
And it's kind of like, who cares?
Yeah, if it's a good movie, it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Okay,
it's everything you want it to be for like that type of movie.
I will promise to watch it before next episode,
Okay.
so that I can.
Yeah, y'all watch it too before next episode. The Idea of You.
The Idea of You. Okay, mine is of similar name. Anyone But You.
I have not seen that.
Oh, Robin. Okay, so this
I
is
started it and then I was like, nah.
This is the rom-com with Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I feel like it's tough nowadays to make a good rom-com. Like,
yeah.
I like the early 2000s rom-coms are more my speed.
Maybe I did finish it. It wasn't really like grabbing me, but I remember I think I stopped it because I was tired and I didn't want to.
Yeah, you should watch it when you can watch it.
Yeah.
I will say it's one of the better, in my opinion, modern rom-coms that have been made. Like, I genuinely enjoyed it. Glenn Powell's hot as all get out.
How is he so hot? It's so weird.
Oh, he's so hot.
Like, I feel like when I see him in pictures and stuff, like on the red carpet or whatever, I'm just like, eh. But when he acts,
he's hot.
He's hot.
He's hot. And Sydney Sweeney is Sydney Sweeney. We all know everyone's obsession with Sydney Sweeney. This movie is set in Sydney. And so, like, the scenery is gorgeous on top. Like, everything's beautiful.
Everything's beautiful in Australia.
It just did it for me. For a modern rom-com, like, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'll give it another
recommend
shot.
it. It's on Netflix now, too.
Okay.
For a while, you had to pay to watch it. And that's kind of why I've been putting it off. I was like, I'm going to wait till it's out. Mm-hmm. It's on Netflix. It's an easy watch. It's a good modern rom-com. 10 out of 10 recommend.
Yep. I would say same. Easy to watch, good modern rom-com. More of like a romantic
yours
drama.
Gotta be like less calm.
Yeah, less calm. Yeah. More just, it's a romance movie. Like,
Love.
Oh, God. It's
Love it.
hot. Some of their scenes.
Oh, yeah. I will tell you, there's only like 2 like steamy scenes in Anyone But You, but they are steamy.
Okay. I'll watch yours. You watch mine.
Okay, deal.
Okay.
All right. I think that's all we got.
That's all we got for this week. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And make sure to comment and give us a review. We really appreciate it.
Yep. On all the things, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TikTok, and
Cheerio.
Instagram.
And we will see y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.